August 6, 1945. Morning in Hiroshima. Life in Hiroshima was flowing as usual. Children were going to school, shops were just opening. Despite the shadow of war, the city was still alive. But in the sky, a small dot had appeared, unnoticed. An American aircraft, Enola Gay, was heading toward Japan. Inside that plane's belly was hidden the greatest destruction humanity had ever seen. Chapter 1. The final act of a war. World War II had entered its 6th year. Germany had surrendered, but Japan was still resisting. U.S. President Harry Truman wanted a definitive end to the war. But that end would bring an unprecedented devastation in human history. America, under a secret program called the Manhattan Project, had developed a new kind of weapon, the atomic bomb. Scientists had discovered that by splitting the atom's nucleus, they could release an unimaginable amount of energy. This was playing with the power of gods, and that morning that power would be unleashed for the first time. Chapter 2. 8:15. At exactly 8:15 a.m., pilot Paul Tibbets confirmed the code. The bomb's name, Little Boy. Weighing nearly 4 tons, its uranium core was about to change history forever. 43 seconds after it was dropped, the sky erupted in a blinding white flash. A sun was born, but this sun brought no life. At the heart of the city, temperatures exceeded 4,000 degrees Celsius. Everything, flesh, stone, metal, vaporized. In a single second, 100,000 lives vanished in light. Then a giant mushroom cloud rose into the sky. Hiroshima was gone from the map. Chapter 3. Living Hell. After the blast, the city turned into hell itself. Houses were ashes, people had turned into shadows. Some were burned into the walls. Their silhouettes the only proof they ever existed. The air was so hot that glass flowed like liquid. The survivors wandered, their skin melted, searching for water. But even the rivers were boiling. A Japanese doctor later said, people were silent. They didn't cry or scream, they just walked and fell. Because they had no strength left to scream, that day, 70% of Hiroshima was destroyed. 80,000 people died instantly. Within weeks, the number reached 140,000. Chapter 4. The Invisible Enemy, Radiation. But the real killer couldn't be seen. Invisible radiation drifted through the air, slowly killing the survivors. Hair fell out, skin blistered, organs burned from within. Hospitals overflowed, but even the doctors were sick. No one understood what was happening. Some children remembered that day only as, we just saw a light. But that light had taken away their futures too. Chapter 5. The Second Sun, Nagasaki. Before the world could even comprehend what had happened, 3 days later another bomb was dropped. August 9th, 1945. Nagasaki. Once again the sky turned bright. Once again thousands vanished. This second blast finally broke Japan's resistance. And on August 15th, Emperor Hirohito addressed the nation by radio. Continuing the war would only mean the annihilation of our people. We shall endure the unendurable, Japan surrendered. But humanity had crossed a line it could never return from. Chapter 6. Life from the Ashes. The war was over. But Hiroshima's story didn't end there. Years later, the city was rebuilt. In the center stood the lone surviving structure, the Hiroshima Peace Memorial. Today, that building whispers a message. Do not do this again. Every morning on August 6th, the city falls silent. At 8:15, the bells ring. And the world remembers the lives lost in that flash of light. Epilogue. The shadow of a lesson. Hiroshima is not just a city. It is the symbol of both human creativity and destruction. That day, science crossed a boundary, and humanity still hasn't fully learned how to wield that power. Perhaps the only thing that rose from Hiroshima's ashes was a reminder of how fragile peace truly is. Because sometimes, a light doesn't illuminate the world, it burns it.